Now let's take a look at ranking reports. These are one of the things that as an SEO you're going to be asked to produce, especially if you're working in a company, and it also shows how well you're doing. We looked earlier in the lesson on search engine webmaster tools that you can get in there and see what words are ranking and how they're appearing. But one of the things I'd like to get across is that ranking reports are fairly extinct. Doing a report just to find out where your website ranks and getting that number, it's already out of date by the time you've run it. The biggest reason is you don't have anything to compare it to. You're ranking number 3 for that term, but where? For what? Compared to what? You see, there are always regional variations. You may rank well in your area for that word, but it doesn't mean that nationally or in other regions you rank well for that word. It's also really a top of the funnel approach. You're looking at all the people that are coming to your website, or you're looking at the visibility of your website for that term, but you're not looking at the value. The value is what creates the revenue for your business. So rankings are not tied directly to revenue. They're an indicator of visibility, not revenue. And so if you do look at rankings, you need to change your report. Change your ranking report to reflect the intent that people have. What words were they looking for? What pages did they see? And what was the resulting engagement? And how much was that worth to my business? So we want to look at a group of words. And so this is for an equestrian website, and I'm using LinkDex here to show me the rankings for these words. Now what LinkDex is showing me is the rank. It's also showing me the amount of visits I got for that keyword and Google's average monthly searches. Now this is a good report in that it shows me if I have a very good ranking, such as ladies' breeches at number 2, and I got 1 visit from that number 2 ranking, but Google is showing me that only 170 people searched for that phrase in that same time period. Is it really worth trying to improve my ranking from number 2 to number 1 if only 170 people are looking and 1 clicked on my number 2 result? I could probably modify the description or the page title, but what this is showing me is the opportunity. Is it worth the time I put in for the resulting opportunity? Maybe not. Now, in Google Analytics, I can go in and I can see which keywords produced revenue. And I can see which words presented more value to the business than other words. I can see one keyword that may have resulted in hundreds of dollars of revenue, or I can see keywords that bring more people and more revenue to the site. You see, it's all a matter of what your business is running on and what means something to you. And so I can look for all of my words that contain the word breach. I can see that I have a 3.7% conversion rate and that every visitor that comes is worth about $4.35. That lets me know the health of that keyword segment. And I can compare that then to another keyword segment, such as blankets. I can get a sense for what the value is here, and what this jumps out to me as the word horse blankets in the middle. I've got a number 20 ranking. I had 10 people click on that, and Google is saying that there's on average about 3,600 people searching for that word. So should I put time into ranking for that word? Absolutely. I need more visibility because there are a lot more people searching for that word. And when I look overall at my segment for the word blanket, I see that I'm in a little bit lower conversion rate and a lower goal value. So I can focus my time here knowing that I'm going to get value for my effort because I'm already gaining value, and increased visibility will result in more value. Also, something that I love looking at in these reports is the difference between singular versions of a word and plural versions. You see, horse blankets, the plural version, brought over 500 people to the website, but only at a 0.5% conversion rate. So that means those 500 people were worth 67 cents each in revenue. However, Horse Blanket Singular brought 68 people to the website. Nearly 4.5% of them bought. Those 68 people were worth over $5 a visit. And when I look at my ranking report, I see that both terms rank number 20. So it is worth it to me to focus attention actually on both, but knowing the singular version is worth much more per visitor than the other term. And that's where statements of value can really help direct your search engine optimization campaign. You can measure different content groups, compare the value, and identify the opportunities that are there. Be aware of singular and plural words and the difference of value that they have inherent in them.